Hi everyone, we are Team 13, and to start off, I want you guys to think of the last time you were stuck in traffic. What was the cause? Could it have been avoided? Did you wish there was something that could have changed the outcome? Mark Pittman, the founder of Blinksys, found himself in a very similar situation. To introduce the topic, I wanted to go over Blinksys' business model, and it is the big data model, which consists of three simple steps. Their goal in the end is to get the world moving faster. So first off, Blinksys uses a common technology that is found in the world today that is completely undetected to gather data of traffic flow. They then turn this data into valuable information used by the city's transportation departments to sit there and help with the infrastructure of the city's traffic movements. From here, the city then takes this information and they formulate answers to figure out the best way to get these traffic patterns to change for the better. By this, it then helps us as daily drivers to get from point A to point B in a smoother transition, and thus making Blinksys a good product to have as a tool that our cities can use.
Blinsky's in a very interesting position right now. They have a lot of strengths and weaknesses in many things that they do well, as well as many things that they probably need to watch out for in the future. So for some of the strengths, I'd say that Blinsky's 2 for 2 so far. I think they've been able to corner a very interesting part of the market where really they've done very well in the two products that they've launched, and they're going to be able to continue to do so in the future with all the original technology that they're bringing to the floor. That's probably something that a lot of companies don't have is something that is so original that's made by them and able to continue to grow under that basis. It allows for integration into many different markets in different areas, such as shopping centers and other places where it's not just kind of the government base of traffic and control with DOT and whatnot. The testimonials they have in there are very powerful on their website. And really it acts as free marketing, specifically in the government sector where you're able to speak with other divisions in other cities on how they do what they do. It's going to act as free marketing for them to be able to advance and grow into further places. I'd also say they have a very strong investment team. Some of the angel investors they brought in, as well as the equity investors who were able to move forward and be able to give them advice, as well as act as silent partners, but be able to give them advice where is needed. Some of the weaknesses I would say is they have very real competition. In a quick Google search, you're able to find 5 or 6 companies that are also developing this type of technology. One my brother-in-law works for, they specify in retail and in the markets, but that's something they could easily adapt to traffic and control in that sense as well. They may end up giving redundant information. I think a lot of these cities and places where, specifically in the traffic, where they're trying to figure out a way to make that more efficient, that could be information that a lot of these places already have. It could be difficult for them to give information that's very usable and very relevant now. The technological advances is also something I think that Blinsky needs to worry about. You have to be able to match the technological advancements with the advancements of the time, and I think if they're caught behind, it's going to be very difficult for them to make up lost ground. Kind of the leap of faith, we'd say, the main risk that Blinsky's facing is going to be the competition. I think with the tech sector being so jammed in there, packed in tight, it's going to be hard for them to be able to really put themselves in front of the competition economically, as well as having the competitive advantage over them. But we believe that they're in a strong position and they will do great things.
So currently, Blinsky has 4 main competitors. We have DataRobot, Koverse, Podium Data, and Datamere. Although these companies do not have necessarily the same technology that Blinsky does with their traffic and driving, they do provide big data services to multiple customers, and even some of them do consulting. And I can see that would be, on this end, Blinsky's biggest competition. Even though they do have higher revenues, some of them do have around the same revenue that Blincy has created. And so that's why I see them as the biggest competitors. For potential competition, I would see any big data startup in Salt Lake would be a potential competitor for Blincy, just due to the fact that they're in high demand. And I think if you can differentiate in any way, you can see competition through that.
So when it comes to total funding, Blinksy has actually managed to raise just above $3 million since its start in 2014, which is a pretty good amount. This funding has come, in rounds, so which means, they open rounds for investors to have an opportunity to, invest in the company. And those 3 million were achieved, in 4 rounds of funding, with the most recent one being, a grant of 530,000 about a year ago. I believe it was October 17th, 2017. As far as investors go, Blinksy currently has 6 investors. 6 investors with Pillion Venture Partners and Peterson Ventures notably being the biggest investors, and lead investors as well.
What is revenue? One of the most important features of success for the company is generation of revenue. It is the amount of money coming in that set apart the company from the competitors. And this is the thing that Blinksy has done. The company's latest report, annual report, showed that the company has the revenue of $1 million, which is pretty high for the small company and also a new company. And the significance of this number is that the ratio of revenue per employee is pretty high in this field.
Hey guys, so after all of our group's market research, we have concluded that Blinksys is a company with enormous upside potential, and we believe our best recommendation is the company look into potentially being acquired by a larger company such as Amazon. Now, I know that might be a bit ambitious, but within 4 short years, this company has been able to earn over $1 million in revenue with only 6 employees, and they've been able to gain over $3 million in capital investment. Not a lot of companies can say that they've done that. So let's start off by looking at where their target market is. Right here in Utah alone, the fastest growing state in the U.S., with an estimated population in 2015 of 3 million people. In 2035, it's expected to be over 4 million people. In 2050, it's expected to be over 5 million people. Why am I telling you that? Why is that relevant? Is because as cities grow, so is the congestion of vehicles in cities. And when the congestion gets larger, we need to figure out how we're going to handle that. And that's why this company is stepping in pretty much early in a great target market. Now, also, where is the market going? The market is going to smart vehicles that are eventually going to drive themselves. I've worked in the automotive industry for over 5 years now, and I can just see that's exactly where this market is going. So we need safe, connected vehicles. And basically, to professionals, that's all it's ever been about, is connected vehicles could dramatically change everything. And if they're not safe, people, will get in more accidents. And this company wants to reduce time, people staying on the road, help the environment, get people where they need to be. People always got places to be and people to see. So, and we always got things to do. So that's why this company is so great, in my opinion. Just a fun stat for you right here in the slide. If this company can reduced just 24% of roadway congestion, the travel delays will total to over 482 million vehicle hours per day for people. I think that is crazy. A crazy statistic, and it's a no-brainer for me to want to invest into this company. But like I said, they are still young, and we recommend that they look into potentially being acquired online. So that's what we're thinking. Great company, and thanks for listening. Appreciate it.